Hi everyone, welcome to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for joining us for this final Friday noontime show as we get your long weekend started early here in studio. And as we do most Fridays, welcome in former state representative, former Deputy Secretary of State, now heads up Stages of Freedom, Ray Rickman, to give us Big View.
As always, Kate, thank you. Can you believe it's almost September? It is. Friday, 5:30, I'm standing in front of Stages of Freedom, beginning to bring the books in from the big tables, the cheap books. And I look over and I hear a crash. And as I turn to look, I see a woman going up in the air. Car has hit her. And I'm not surprised. This is Memorial Boulevard. When you come down from College Hill, you come across onto Westminster. And people on College Street, as they cross the river, they want to turn south to Crawford Street, most of them going to the expressway. They turn before the middle of the street. There are 3 lanes going north towards the mall and 2 lanes going south, and a huge yellow marking in the middle, meaning go beyond the yellow marking and turn south. Well, about 10% of people cheat because there are 3 lanes going north. They can get in one of them and save 5 seconds. That's our theory. If they went all the way around the yellow line, it'd be an extra 5 or 6 seconds. So they don't go in lane 1. There are almost always cars there. And one of the traffic people for the city told me why yesterday. Everybody's in lane 1 because they're worried that the other people might be turning onto Westminster. So they all pile up in lane 1 so they can go straight and rush through the next 2 lights and get on the expressway. So it's fascinating. Things you don't know why everybody's on one side. And then the middle lane is free. So the people from College, instead of going around the yellow, which is in the middle of the street, they go on a lane that's supposed to be going north, which cars are supposed to set, to save 4 seconds. And they do it all the time. And regularly they almost hit people because people not in the know are crossing the street and they're not planning to do any looking till they get to the middle of the street to see if a car wants to turn, because that would be the rational thing to do. You listening? You staying with me on this? I hope it's graphic enough. So she is on the correct side of the street, and young man, probably her age, she's 25, he probably is too. He comes speeding off of College, turns inappropriately, I believe illegally, driving to endanger, I believe. And she, being just about to enter the 2nd lane, he hits her. And up into the sky she goes, and down she comes and hits the ground. And the blood runs every place. 6 of us run out, 5 at the bus stop, and me a little further. They get there first. And I take out my hanky to see if that'll stop the blood, but it does nothing. The hanky's filled up with blood in 20 seconds. And then surprisingly, someone has basically a towel in their purse. Now, women are fabulous. They have everything in their purse. And she applies the pressure, and the blood stops running. And takes the police the fire folks come first, and then finally the police. And and I love the Providence Fire Department, but they take about 3.5, 4 minutes. I don't know whose fault that is. My guess is we're so in shock that no one called. I didn't have my cell phone. And then the Providence police come 3 or 4 minutes later, and off they take her. And my heart goes out to her. She's laying there, maybe in a state of shock. They ask her the appropriate questions, what day it is, what time it is, who are you? And she's able to answer slowly but surely. And I'm pretty sure she's going to make it, and there may be a full recovery. There may be. So, at that intersection, people do this every day of my life. They run the red light going south. They come up from College, from the east side, onto that street and turn into a north-going lane, and young people in particular, RISD students, aren't paying full attention, and they come within inches of hitting them daily. I had a long conversation with the city. I asked them to repaint the lines. I asked them if they can put up a sign saying dangerous intersection. And I'm going to talk to the police department this afternoon about putting a police officer out there to give people tickets, because 3/4 of the people who run that light are regulars. They're regulars. 4 or 5 women from Massachusetts, I see them all the time. They run the red light in order to get to Crawford Street and sit at a red light. Did you hear the absurdity of what I just told you? They hit a bicyclist 2 weeks ago. They hit another bicyclist last year. They're going to kill somebody. They're driving to endanger. They're not abnormal Rhode Islanders and Massachusetts people. Increasingly, it's normal. This is an end of the summer plea to you. Drive a little better. When you're in a car with someone driving like a fool and running a red light, say something. Can you imagine killing a young woman, 25 years old, wiping out 60 years of life? Oh, let me conclude by telling you, he was telling the 6, 7 of us in the middle of the street. His excuse was he was going to his mother's 55th birthday party. That gives him the right to speed and to hit a 25-year-old woman. God bless her. And would you please think about what I've just said. Driving to endanger to get to a birthday party. What? 5 seconds early?
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News editor Kate Nagel. Would like to thank Ray Rickman, the former state representative, for coming in to give his big view. It was an important one. Hope you had the chance to listen. And I'd like to now welcome my next guest in, Emanuela Petrucci. Thank you for joining us today.
Right. Thank you, Kate.
As we get into a long weekend here and we approach September, there's going to be a fantastic event coming up.
Yeah.
A grape stomping opportunity. If you've ever seen I Love Lucy, you've seen it in the movies. It's going to be here at Holy Apostles Church in Cranston in September, along with their fall festival. Tell us all about how this came to be.
Well, it's great. Well, first, thank you, Kate, Go Local. But our fall festival is taking place September 14th. At 6 o'clock is kickoff on Friday night, and it runs through Sunday the 16th. We have some great music, food, we have entertainment. Tribeca will be there on Friday. We have Steve Anthony Saturday, so it's just a great time. And I want to thank Monsignor Paul Thorough for allowing the grape stomping. So we also have a road race on Saturday, lots of food, lots of events, music, and entertainment rides. But they sort of, they've asked me to be on board with their committee, so I went on for the winemaking competition that we also have on Sunday, and I just sort of thought outside the box, and I thought, wouldn't it be great to have some grape stomping? Um, it's family fun. Kids, adults would love it. So it's taking place on the 16th, Saturday, September 16th, starting at 12:30. We're going to have a little stompers, so they can stomp away and get free T-shirts. The T-shirts will say, "I've stomped it." And then once they finish stomping the grapes, they can put their feet prints on the T-shirts, and they get to keep that. So it's a lot of fun. And then we'll go into the adults competition, working in pairs, and whoever fills a bottle of wine first wins some great prizes, along with their feet on their T-shirt. And it's a great little souvenir. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a bring your cameras. You can just come and participate. You can watch. Of course, we don't drink the wine, but it's really, I think it's going to be a great time.
Oh, it's going to be a great time. So that was my question, how the competition works.
Yeah.
So it's in pairs, and it's literally who can fill it first.
Whoever fills it first. Yes, working in pairs. Yeah. And
do you have any sense, like time frame wise? No, I've asked. You have not stomped grapes before.
We have never. So I've never. This is our first annual, of course. So we might have to tweak it through the next couple of years, but we'll definitely get an idea of that after this first grape stomping. So I don't know what to expect. I've never done it. I do make wine, and I teach people how to make wine, but never grape stomping. So it all really kind of works together. It's a lot of fun. We're going to do it like the Romans did back in the day.
And where are you getting all these grapes? I'm assuming there's a lot of grapes that are going into this stomping.
Yes. So we're getting them. This is grape season. So these grapes are harvested already from California, because this is the time of year, the fall. Fall, you get the Italian grapes and you get the California grapes. So September 10th is when they arrive, and really close, and I am running down to my distributor and getting it, whatever I can get, the darkest grape, of course, to show off on the T-shirts, and we'll start the stomping.
Now this sounds like a perfect event to sort of, kind of goad someone into it. Like if you and your partner do it, or you and your friend do it, kind of say to other friends or other couples, like, we're going to do it. You need to do it.
Yeah. And we really have, quite a few people signed up already, including adults as well as children. But I think it's going to be one of those type of events, Kate, that, once people oh, what's going on over there? See it. Oh, that looks like fun. And I really think we're going to have a good turnout for the Fall Festival.
So that's one portion of the festival, and there's also a wine competition. Tell us a
There
little
is.
bit about that.
Yes, so we do the stomping in the morning, in the early afternoon, and then we invite winemakers to come in the state of Rhode Island. They can showcase their wines that they make. We have a People's Choice Award, so as the judges are judging their wines, we kind of have a table where their bottles of wine are set up, and they're standing behind. They can ask any questions if anyone has any questions about winemaking. And then we'll give a little small sample to 21 and older. and then at that point, you can kind of select which one you like secretly and put your ballot in. And then they're also able to win a gold, silver, or bronze, and honorable mention. And then they also have the opportunity to win the People's Choice Award.
And some bragging rights. Now, question for you, because you are involved with winemaking. Are you going to participate in the competition?
Now, that would be fair. But I did win 1 year.
You did win?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
and I'm very fortunate that being a member of the American Wine Society, they have also really great competitions and great exposure. And it's just fun. It's just fun to see, what happens to your wine.
Fantastic. And I want to talk a little bit with you about your winemaking. So this is a passion of yours. So the stomping of the grapes, you're on the committee for the Fall Festival at Holy Apostles. But let's talk a little bit about your making wine.
Right. So we do it twice a year. It's in May because we get the Chilean grapes, or grape juice. And then we also do it in September. And September becomes the California and the Italian grapes and grape juice. So it's anyone can sign up at womenwinemaking.com, or you can reach out to me at epatrucci@womenwinemaking.com. And it's a 4-week course, but it's spaced out. There's a lot of chemistry, adjusting of the grapes, And then we go into the fermenting, we go into the bottling, labeling, corking, right to the very end of your finished product. So we encourage couples. It's about $125 per person or per couple, and you can do it together, have fun, and enjoy it, and you walk away with 6 bottles of your just-made wine.
And you figure out how to make wine on your own. I have seen this before. It sounds great.
It is. It's great.
What are your favorite wines?
My favorite wine is a Sauvignon Blanc. I just love that, as an appetizer. It's a nice summer wine, and I made it, and I won an award for it, a silver, and then I also like a Cabernet. Nice, good, hearty, full Cabernet with a nice steak or a cheeseburger.
A question for you: are you into rosés?
I like them. I've tried them. I haven't made them, but I'm always willing to learn something new, or even make different wines. I don't think I've ever made the same wine twice, except Sangiovese. That is one of my favorites. That comes from the Tuscany area.
Fantastic. Well, rosés were, they're so hot in the summer, and summer is quickly drawing to a close with Labor Day weekend this weekend.
I know.
But it is going to be a gorgeous one. If you had the opportunity to watch yesterday, we had Rhode Island's youngest weatherman in here giving us a little weekend forecast. He's 12 years old, and we'll be featuring him moving forward. But wanted to let folks know about, again, this fantastic fall festival taking place in September. Again, tell folks dates.
Sure. September 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Very good, and the grape stomping is on Saturday.
Yes, come on down and have some grapes, and that'll be a fun time.
Okay, very good. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back to wrap up here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. Thank you, Emanuela Petrucci.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks so much. We'll be right back. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for checking in with us this Friday at noontime. We're getting set to head into the weekend here. I want to thank Ray Rickmond and Emanuela Petrucci for coming on the show today as we get your weekend started early. We'll be back, of course, next week on Tuesday here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. But in the meantime, be sure to check out GoLocalProv.com and, of course, find us on Facebook. We appreciate your watching. We appreciate your feedback. We look forward to seeing you next week and wish everyone a great weekend. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel.